Coming up at 11, we remember the life of an Eastern Kentucky cafeteria employee who died in a car crash.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good Tuesday evening to you. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. A school district is mourning today after a beloved cafeteria employee died in a car crash yesterday morning. As Marley Pinchak shows us, students and staff say Saksu Snyder, who worked at Floyd County Schools for 31 years, will be remembered for her energy, positivity, and the love she shared with everyone.
For students at Floyd Central High School, lunch has always been a time many look forward to.
She definitely made the lunchroom a happier place.
Whether it's singing happy birthday in her native language of Korean or welcoming students and staff with a big good morning to start the day, Saksu Snyder, who worked as a cafeteria employee for 31 years, made it a goal each and every day to make everyone around her feel loved and appreciated.
Sue didn't come to work every day. She came to where she loved to be. She loved our kids. She loved being here with us because we were her family.
A family torn apart unexpectedly after Saksu was involved in a deadly crash while on her way to school Monday morning. It happened at the entrance to Henry's Branch Road in the Martin community. Troopers say she was trying to turn onto Kentucky Route 80 when her car crossed the eastbound lane and hit a car driving in the opposite direction.
She's going to leave a hole in the school and a hole in our community that can't be filled.
She was our mom, our grandmother, our aunt, our sister, our friend, our sister in Christ. She was a barrel of fun.
A missing piece, leaving a significant void. However, Saksu's positivity and energy and love for her students and staff members will carry on forever.
That was Marley Pinchak reporting. Classes at Floyd Central High School will be canceled on Friday so staff can attend Snyder's funeral. Well, police are now searching for the person of interest in connection to a death investigation in Lee County. State police are asking for help finding 33-year-old Logan Reed of Richmond. They say Reed is believed to be armed and dangerous. He's wanted in connection to human remains found in a bird building back on September 7th on Kentucky Route 52. Anyone with information on Reed's location is asked to contact the KSP Richmond Post.
Well, it was a quiet evening outside today, though we did have a few clouds sticking around through the afternoon and late evening, or the late afternoon and early evening, but those continue to move out and we're cooling off quick. Temperatures outside at the moment, as we look at London Corbin Airport, they sit at 60. Those dew points at 59. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at the potential for some of that fog overnight. Low 60s, upper 50s already. And we're only going to get cooler as we run through tonight. Satellite and radar, you can see the clouds from earlier continuing to diminish, so we're in pretty good shape as we head into the overnight. But add in the clearing skies with the calm winds and temperatures down into the 50s, we're looking at that potential for some patchy fog. So that's something we're going to continue to watch overnight. Either way, down into the mid-50s overnight. Details on when we could warm back up, that's coming up in just a few minutes. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you. Well, another candidate has thrown their hat into the ring for the Republican nomination for Kentucky governor in next year's general election. Last week, former UN Ambassador Kelly Knight-Craft launched her campaign for governor. Knight-Craft kicked off her campaign in Glasgow tonight. This is what she had to say.
It is such an indescribable feeling to see so many of my friends, my teachers, and my family. I grew up right here in Glasgow on a farm in Barron County. I was raised on a daily dose of faith, grit, and determination. And most importantly, generosity, family, and hospitality.
Well, for the state's top office, Knight-Craft faces State Auditor Mike Harmon, Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles, Attorney General Daniel Cameron, and State Representative Savannah Maddox, among others. Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is seeking re-election. Hatfield and McCoy Heritage Days is back on the schedule for 2022, and descendants and local historians are ready to come together again after a 2-year hiatus. Our Jordan Mullins has more with Pike County Tourism about the 3-day event and why it is so important not only for family descendants, but for people across the region.
2022's Hatfield-McCoy Heritage Days kicks off this weekend, starting Friday with Main Street Live in downtown Pikeville, but continuing throughout the weekend at historical sites and with several special presentations.
Everything from the proclamation of presenting of the Cap Hatfield's autopsy at the Big Sandy Heritage Museum on Saturday morning.
It is also a homecoming for descendants of the two families, a time of fellowship and celebration of their heritage.
That's truly what it's all about, of not only celebrating but fellowship. Not only fellowship but remembering the past.
With the event being canceled the past 2 years due to the pandemic, the two families are ready to be back together again.
Those are the things that the last 2 years has really, I don't want to use the word complicated, but set us aside. So we have time to make up, and that's this year is making up time.
And people throughout the region get the chance to learn about their history directly from the source.
Get to know your own history in your own backyard. Understand it a little bit more than what you would have in school. Dive into it. Know where you came from and know the ingredients that life has given you.
Celebrating and remembering the history and heritage of the mountains. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Pike County Tourism CVB Executive Director Tony Tackett added that you can find a list of events for this weekend on the Pike County Tourism website. Well, the Neon community has seen its share of heartache through floodwaters, but one new mission is hoping to offer a little help. Ed and Donna Taylor are creating a ministry called Cast No Stones to feed folks in the area, hoping to help a community that Ed says was already in need before the July floods poured through. He says he feels called to step in and blessed to be able to work for his neighbors.
Well, these people have nothing, not only no power. We was without water. I said, but we went old-fashioned. We put out some totes under the gutters and caught rainwater. I said, and we were blessed. We were blessed. I said that we had a roof that rain could run off of.
The ministry is still in its early phases, looking for partners and non-perishable food items as the Taylors wait to become an official nonprofit. Well, for the last month and a half, organizations like the Hazel Green Food Project have been serving families who have been devastated by the flooding in late July. Among these families are people like Kenneth Hurt in Breathitt County and his wife and son. The trio has been living in a tent while they wait to receive a camper. Hurt says the living situation is hard, especially when the nights are cold.
It's been rough, especially if it's starting to get colder and can't put no heat or nothing in them tents, and I'm just about taking it day by day.
Well, Hurt says he and his family have been dealing with the rain getting into their tent, but are unsure how to face the cold until they receive assistance. We are now more than 1 month into the flood recovery and cleanup process. This means many counties are now transitioning from short-term recovery to long-term recovery. Earlier this evening, a meeting was held in Perry County for a new long-term flood recovery committee. Bailey Richards with the City of Hazard says they need a plan because this road back to normal could take years.
This is going to be nonprofits, churches, different organizations in the community. I just set up the meeting. So this is going to be kind of the community's response.
Well, other counties have mentioned that they are taking part in creating long-term flood recovery groups. The Knott County group has already been meeting and have scheduled its third meeting for this Thursday at 6 p.m. Some ferries hit the trails in Pikeville this evening. The Pike County Libraries held its first event at Pikeville's Story Trail this evening in the form of a ferry tea party, which invited parents and children in the area to come out, read a story, meet the Fairy Queen, and have a cup of tea. Program coordinator Maggie Salisbury says while this is the first event for the trail, there are many more planned in the month to come.
We're thrilled that this is our first big event at the Story Trail. We've got some more fun stuff coming up for Halloween and Christmas. In December, we'll have a Christmas story and we'll have Santa at the end of the trail and we'll have hot chocolate halfway through.
Well, she added you can read the fairy tale on the trail at any time, and you can check out the Pike County Library's Facebook page for more information on upcoming events. Well, coming up here on Mountain News at 11, the University of Kentucky is launching a new program to help students get healthier and a whole lot more.
Queen Elizabeth has returned to London. Her body arrived at Buckingham Palace today. I'm Danya Backus in Windsor, England, with more on the preparations for her body to lie in state.
Plus, plenty of sunshine continues as we head through the rest of this week. The very latest on if temperatures warm up as well. Coming up.